On behalf of the Wellesley College Music Department and our chair, Caleb Goldschmidt, we'd like to welcome you to our Wellesley Blue Jazz Big Band Spring Concert. Yeah. My name is Kirsty Miller, and I'm the Jazz and World Music Program Coordinator here at Wellesley and Director of this amazing group of people. And the Jazz and World Music Ensemble program includes Wellesley Blue Jazz Big Band and Blue Jazz Combos under the direction of Mark Hamilton, who gave a great concert last Friday. Who was there? Some of these people were there. And also the Oyelo Drum and Dance Ensemble under the direction of Kara Washington, and they gave an incredible 35th year anniversary party a couple weeks ago that was amazing and have been a vibrant part of the Wellesley community for 35 years. So. Stay tuned for the jazz celebration. We'll be doing that in a couple of years and celebrating our 40th. So, but tonight you'll be listening to our large jazz ensemble, Wellesley Blue Jazz Big Band. And as always, you'll be hearing from many of our Blue Jazz members throughout the evening, including many of our first years. First year's giveaway. They're like, seriously, we're not first years anymore. Okay, we're rising sophomores. Okay, I got it. But we're going to begin our concert tonight with a classic hard bop blues entitled Tenor Madness by icon saxophonist composer Sonny Rollins. And we will feature our pianist-keyboard duo of Mika Takahashi and Audrey Watnet. And of course, our towering tenors, Adriana Gajoyu and Emily Chapman. And as well as Brenda Zong on trumpet. sax. That's a pretty good start there. Thank you so much. So that was Tenor Madness, but I like to introduce each section as the evening goes on. So why not, let's introduce our super sax section, okay? Because I know how hard they work at this music, because I'm one of the people who work in them. And they are so great about taking on challenges and think nothing of doubling on another horn if asked. For example, Adriana in the last year has played alto trombone, and now tenor. And so we're so thrilled to have them. We have Anna Weiner on baritone saxophone. Adriana Bergeri on tenor saxophone. Ellen Chen on tenor saxophone. Maggie Jenkins on alto saxophone. Nina Kim on alto saxophone. And Valentina Marnucci on alto saxophone. Love you guys. Could not do it without you. Now we're going to visit the birth of the cool era. So we're going to ask our very own Jerry Mulligan channeler, Anna Weiner, to get up. And we're going to ask our very own Miles Davis channeler, Lily Tagler, to come up front. We're going to have them come up front because we're going to visit the birth of the cool era with this classic Jerry Mulligan piece entitled J. Rue. That was his nickname. And so we're gonna be asking them to reprise these classic roles, and they're doing a great job. Okay. Dominic on piano. Okay, now we are going to go to the clave. This is a 2, 3. So, I see some drummers out there. Give us some help with the clave, okay? We're going to do a Ray Barreto cha-cha classic entitled Cocinando. And we're going to feature our scintillating senior, Amy Tian, on piano. Supported by the raring to go Rachel Lee on keyboard. Amy just put on a wonderful senior recital, and throughout her time here has really embraced Latin styles and really excels, so we asked her to be featured on this tune. We're also going to bring out our first year, Lila Cooper. And, wait for it, also the timbales. We're like, Lila, by the way, would you like to play the timbales on this? See, this is what Wellesley students, they're not afraid to try new things. So tonight, we're also asking Lila to take a solo on timbales, and we're thrilled. So, also you notice that we have this wonderful woodwind section. I want to feature them for a minute. We have Amore Zasco on clarinet, Maggie Burlinger on flute, Niharika Wangekar and Katie Emerson also on flutes. And many thanks to Glenn Dixon and Fernando Brandao, who are our clarinet and flute faculty who work with these students. We couldn't do it without you, so we thank you so much. We love the timbre that the woodwinds bring to the band. It's really special. And on this tune, we're going to bring up 2 of our fantastic flutes. We're going to bring up Katie and Niharika for a fiery duet, so please clap along. You're also going to hear some other great solo breaks from Vicki Wong on baritone saxophone, Amy Tian on piano, and our very own Lulu Tiger on trumpet. One, two, three, four. which is good because it's been a long, hard semester. We've been working hard, very, very hard. And speaking of hard working, I want to shout out now the pianists, the piano section as it were. Come out here, you guys. They have to deal with 88 notes. And they're really wonderful, and they put in many, many hours, not only rehearsing with the band, but also what we call Bob and Leo office hours. Now, by the way, Bob and Leo, okay, Leo McDonald on bass. I think he plays more notes throughout the semester than anyone. And Bob Sabine on drums. He's amazing. And they have sessions that the students can sign up for. This is a new thing that our department has allowed us to do, and it has made an incredible difference in the ability of the rhythm section players to have time to really work on this, the feel and the groove and the things that are very hard to do. And I go in there and I see Mika Takahashi and Amy Town, Rachel Lee, Audrey Watnick, they all go and hang out with Bob and Leo, and I appreciate them so much. So, and I also want to thank my valued colleagues, Russell Hoffman and Doug Johnson, our piano faculty. They work very hard. I'm always bothering them and saying, have you worked on? For example, I bothered both Mika and Russ, and I said, hey, we're doing this Thelonious Monk tune, and wouldn't it be wonderful if Mika learned a Thelonious Monk solo on it to play for us and get us really in the mood, that sound that is only Monk? And sure enough, they did it. It's amazing. Mika came and learned it, so you're going to hear that to start us off on this Thelonious Monk piece entitled Well You Needn't. You're also going to hear solos by Maury Zasco on clarinet, Stella Franklin on trumpet, Valentina Marinucci on alto sax, and Sachiko Goto on trumpet, and Oyelo on tenor saxophone. Yeah, this is a great tune to have fun with and blow on. So, without further ado, let's hear from Mika. Well, that was Lila Cooper on drums. And we're going to bring back up Rachel Lee on piano, on keyboard. So we pretty much, almost in every concert, we play some of the music of Charles Mingus, because they're very special lessons to be learned and music to explore from Charles Mingus, especially concepts of group improvisation. And since our band motto is everybody blows, that is everybody who wants to, this arrangement, you'll hear a lot of improvisation throughout the melody. It's riff melodies, just riffs happening, and then you'll see a lot of improvisation happening during that, which is very much the Mingus workshop idea. But then we built in a lot of different solo sections. First, we're going to feature our low brass section. I want to talk about them for a minute. They're very, very special. Wave your hands, guys. So, our fabulous low brass professor and combo director, Mark Hamilton, has been an incredible support to our band this semester and this year, as we've had to creatively fill the low brass section after last year's graduation of the whole section. So, we have welcomed the fantastic first year, Naomi Francis on trombone. And Naomi is really MVP because she makes the travel from Olin every week, twice a week, and we're thrilled to have her on lead trombone. She's fabulous, and we're so sorry she was left off the program. There was a little fail that happened, but it was in my draft, and then it got lost in the ether net. I'm going to blame the tubes. But anyway, Naomi's just been a wonderful addition, and we are also grateful to have the talented Vicki Huang on bari sax. Okay, and what you got, like, Vicki has superpowers. If anyone at the combo concert, did you hear Vicki playing flute gorgeously? Yeah, she's also a gorgeous flute player. And our Wellesley students are just so talented. We're anchored by Joy Cuero on tuba. That is the timbre that we love in Wellesley Blue Jazz. And finally, we are thrilled to welcome back our very own Ren on French horn. You know, we like to say once in blue jazz, always in blue jazz, but we very rarely get to dragoon them to come back. And Ren has kindly joined us for this concert. We're just thrilled. We just love her gorgeous sound, which was actually commented on by Chucho Valdez in Spanish when I was sitting next to him 2 years ago when he came. He said, "El sonido, man." He heard Ren and was very impressed. And so they graduated last spring, but put on an amazing recital, but we have lured them back to play in our low brass section. So thank you so much. After our low brass attack, we are going to feature some alto madness with Maggie Jenkins and Mina Kim. Then we're going to hear this beautiful piano stylings of Rachel Lee. And we're going to be blown away by Anna Weiner and baritone saxophone. And finally, Lula Teeger on trumpet. So, Mingus, being a bassist, was always all about the low. So, and we love the sound of Anna's baritone sax. So Anna will set the mood for a moment. we were channeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Tom. Now, Tom and Mark, my serious compadres, saved my neck when I was stuck out of the country, actually, the first 2 weeks of the semester. That's never happened to me before. And they stepped in, they came in and worked with the band, and Tom was the first one to play this chart with the band. And what did he say?
Get dirty.
Yeah, he said get mad too, didn't he?
Mad.
Yeah.
Angry.
Yeah. Well, just feel it, feel it. Now we're gonna make a very big change here and bring everything down to a beautiful ballad. This is a trumpet feature, and I want to just call out the trumpet section here to start with. Okay, our terrific trumpets. We have Lily Tagla on trumpet. Lily Teeger on trumpet. Sometimes known as Lily Lulu. And Lulu Lily. And we have Sachiko Goto on trumpet. We have Brenda Zahn on trumpet. We got Brenda back. I was emailing Brenda, and Brenda was not answering me because Brenda was busy. Brenda was traveling back from a semester abroad, and I was like, is Brenda coming? Is Brenda coming? And Brenda came back. Yay, Brenda! We have Stella Franklin, our first year. Fantastic. So that's the section, and it's something else. Super shout out to our very own Tom Dupre and his tireless dedication to those trumpets. I don't know anyone else who takes their section out for ice cream after the sectional. I'm not starting that saxophones, but he does it. It's amazing, and also then he also lets them carry him sideways in a picture, which could go on our Instagrams. Anyway, we are going to bring up Lily Tagla, and it's a beautiful piece. In this gorgeous arrangement, we're going to hear some beautiful piano from Rachel Lee and Audrey Wadnick, but we're going to hear mostly Lily Tagla playing absolutely gorgeous in this tribute to the great Clifford Brown, written by Benny Golson. Little known Wellesley fact, Benny Golson did come and visit our campus and work with our students and play an amazing concert many years ago. But he, Benny Golson, the great saxophonist composer, wrote this as a tribute to his friend Clifford Brown. And Lily is just doing an amazing job on it. That's all I have to say. Also, we're going to feature some wonderful trumpet leads from the trumpets while Lily is not playing. Sachiko will be playing some beautiful melody lines too. So listen for all, it's all about the trumpets, and also the saxophones are kind of busy as well on this tune. Yeah. That was gorgeous, Lily. That was gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Whew. Well, before I introduce the last piece, we have a few announcements and things we need to do. This is the part I'm not crazy about, because it's where we have to say a few words to our juniors, those juniors who will be going abroad next semester. Now, this is an annual occurrence at Wellesley Blue Jazz, and we're all about enrichment, and we're all about traveling and having fun. But this one has the juniors happily packing their bags, but we are in here crying tears and missing them. But, so we know they have to go, and we only hope they will miss us. And so stand up, Ann Weiner, Maggie Jenkins, Adriana Bedroyo, Amora Zasco, and Katie Emerson. Yes. Wait to hear where they're going. Where are you going, Anna? Where are you going?
Santiago, Chile. Yeah!
Okay, and Adriana? Bob, England. Awesome. And Maggie? London. Well, you guys can hang out. And Katie?
Oxford.
What out? And Amori?
Hungary.
Okay. Well, I think we need to talk with Glenn Dixon about catching some amazing music over there when we're there. Okay, you know, all kinds of meters, no doubt. Anyway, we have some cards that are your bandmates are going to give you right now. And the purpose of these cards, which have a picture of the band on them, is that we want to put them up in their rooms in Bath and Chile and everything. And look at that and miss us and come back to the band. That's the whole purpose of it. Okay. So, thank you guys. We love you and have a great semester. Okay, we also would like to acknowledge and thank Ren for returning to us to play. Okay, hold on. Okay, thank you, Stella. Grab all. Oops. Okay, yes. We have some flowers for Ren, because Ren has done an amazing thing to step in really last minute, learning really hard music very quickly. Ren is doing something with proteins. I'm not sure what it is, Ren. What are you doing with proteins? I often say to the band when they complain about chord changes, I say, look, it's not rocket science. And you are rocket scientists. Amy is. But anyway, Ren is doing something very interesting and fascinating with proteins down at Longwood and making our lives better. At the same time, also playing in a combo. So I'm super psyched about that, because a lot of our talented musicians don't have time when they leave school to keep their music going, but I always hope they will, and I hope they will take it back up again. They're very busy doing amazing things in the world, and we understand that. But Ren is playing in a combo, and you can tell that, you know, their chops are right up there, you know, and sounding great. Thank you so much, Ren, for joining us. We say, once in blue jazz, always in blue jazz. That's an example right there. So awesome. Also, finally, this time of year, we have to say farewell to our seniors. Amy Chan, come out, please. This year, we only have one senior graduating. But Amy does so much that it's almost like a group. Come over here, Amy. Amy has been amazing ever since Paula and I, where's Paula? Paula and I, is Paula Emeritus, our Blue Jazz Emeritus Director, and Paula. Paula has mentored many of the people on the stage here, and Amy is one of them that Paula and I met right at auditions, and Amy was like, well, I've never played jazz before, but I just heard this Ray Charles piece, and Amy started playing the Ray Charles, and Paula and I were like, yes, come on. So ever since then, grown so much in just the musical breadth is incredible. Her recital was incredible 2 weeks ago, and just showed all that you've accomplished. And not only that, you're a talented artist, a double major, of Media Arts and Science and Music, Watson Fellow now. Thank you so much. Your amazing, energetic personality and positivity, always, and great melodica playing too. I love the melodica. You can take that's portable. You can take that in your backpack. But we will miss you so much. I think we have a card up. There's Rachel. Okay, I'm holding you to that. You all heard her say it. Okay, so we are now at our final piece. Thank you so much for coming and sharing the music with us. As I mentioned in the program, we had the amazing experience this semester, thanks to the support of the music department. They support us having a jazz resident artist every year, and this has been an incredible experience for our students, right, Ashley? When Anat Cohen came last spring, we really grow so much with the benefit of the artistry of artists of that caliber. And Miguel Zenon came this winter. I was so nervous because his music is very hard, and he is an incredible musician. But he loved working with our band, and he commented on how each and every one of them was bringing so much dedication to it while holding down these incredibly challenging academic rigors that they do here at Wellesley. He was very impressed. We were very inspired by him, and he was very generous in his week with us. And we're going to play his piece, which is entitled Oyelo. And on this, I want to say we're featuring each and every student because every student has had to work very hard on this music. But we're also going to hear solos from Naomi Francis on trombone and Sachiko Goto on trumpet. He's actually a full-time professor at MIT now, so you can, he often has concerts at MIT, or else if you go to New York, he's always, but check him out. His music is amazing, and he's so generous with his work with us with his music. So, let's check it out. Let's go. tell you, can I tell them how hard it was, how hard they worked on that chart? That chart, Miguel sent me 8 charts, and I said, of the first 7, I was like, we can't even go there. Where's one? Where's one? And then I thought we could try that one, but how hard did you guys work? Hard. Thank you so much to the band for just making that happen. We have some thank yous that we need to give. Our deepest thanks to the music department here at Wellesley for supporting this program. We have grown this with the support of the music department and of course with the incredible participation here. But we couldn't have done it without the support of our department, our chair, Caleb Goldschmidt, who guides our students through the study of this music, to our fearless performance leader, Eliko Akahori, and our tireless concert and program manager, Felicity. Where is Felicity? She's everywhere. I don't know what she's running on fumes right now. It's crazy. So many concerts every minute of the day, and I think she just has a cot that she keeps and lives here. I don't know. It's amazing. And also, we get daily support and patience from Dagny Von Mering, our music administrator. A million requests a day, right, Becky? Also from Gerardo Ortiz, every day that we rehearse. Gerardo is our dear friend. Always smile and a helping hand. He goes way beyond. We also need to thank our wonderful ushers this evening. We have Tyler, Jess, Hannah, and Claire, who have been working so hard behind the scenes with Dan Fox on sound. Incredible. But before we go any further from the ushers, we have to bring Tyler out on stage. Where's Tyler? Tyler, are you here? Are you backstage there? Come on out, Tyler. So I have a special fanfare just for you, because you can't even imagine how much the ushers and Tyler has been just working tirelessly. Is it 4 years that you've been doing it, Tyler? Is going to be graduating. And so this is one of your last big concerts, right? Are you relieved? I think Tyler could go on and run sound somewhere, because they're doing the mics, doing so much to make it happen. And we so appreciate you, and we know you're going to, where are you headed next, do you know?
I'm going to teaching preschool in Chicago.
Oh, wow. They're so cute. Hold that butt. Tyler, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. We also have to thank our super hardworking Blue Jazz assistants, and that's another way that the department supports us. We have our Blue Jazz assistants, Clarice Chen and Mina Kim. And throughout the night, we are inspired and anchored by our incredible accompanists, Bob Sabine on drums. Drums and music. Bob, I can't do it without Bob. He's amazing. He makes us sound so good. And Leo McDonald on bass. I want to bring out our pianist and Lila Cooper, who joined us on drums and percussion tonight. Because none of this would be possible. Come out here. None of this would be possible without the hard work and passion of these people right here who do it all. And we appreciate them so much. And we also appreciate the parents and the friends who support them. So stand up and take a bow. Wellesley Blue Jazz, come on out. Right here at Wellesley College, there are 3 senior recitals. I'm mentioning that to all of you here because every one of you is going to do a recital. It's going to be amazing. 3 senior recitals on Sunday right over in PNW 201. We have Karen Fukuda, Sandy Liu, and TJ Say in the recital hall on Sunday starting at 11. It's going to be a triple header. It's going to be amazing. You'll hear many of these students accompanying them. So please come by and support our students, but we thank you so much for coming out this evening. Thank you.